Hey guys, so yesterday we worked in our animal classification book, reading a little bit about fish and about birds, and we wrote down some characteristics of them and some examples of birds. So today we're going to be working on our next two, and that's going to be number 3, which are amphibians, and then number 4, which are reptiles. Okay, so let's go ahead and read a little bit about some amphibians. Okay, mysterious amphibians. Ready? Follow along and read with me. The word amphibian means two lives. This refers to the fact that amphibians live part of their lives in water and part of their lives on land. A special class of animals. Amphibians all share certain things in common. Amphibians are unique because they're all born in eggs in the water, but live on land or in water as adults. Most amphibians go through metamorphosis. Frogs are one example. First, they lay eggs in the water. Then they are born as tadpoles, which look like little fish. Eventually, they grow legs and lose their tails. They also grow lungs so that they can breathe outside of the water. Finally, frogs leave the water and live their adult life on land. The skin of amphibians is very thin, sensitive, and moist. They can use their skin to breathe air. Their skin can also absorb water. Because their skin is so sensitive, amphibians are very vulnerable. Too much wind or sun can dry out their skin. Some amphibians even have poisonous skin. One example is the poison dart frog. Amphibians are also cold-blooded. That means they can't control their own body temperature. Frogs aren't the only amphibians. Salamanders and newts are also amphibians. Caecilians are another type of amphibian that don't have arms or legs. Most of these animals live in wet or warm places. This helps them care for their skin. Some common habitats are rainforests, bogs, swamps, ponds, lakes, and meadows. Some amphibians are very big. For example, the Chinese giant salamander can grow up to 6 feet long. However, the smallest amphibian is a tiny frog. It is only a third of an inch long. Toads are also amphibians. They are a type of frog. Many amphibians are in danger because their habitats are in trouble. Climate change and chemicals in the air and water really affect them. We must take care of the earth to save amphibians. So you guys are going to use that story, that text, to write down the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characteristics that all amphibians have and some examples of amphibians. Okay, now we're going to read about fascinating reptiles. Ready? Is that log moving, you wonder? However, it turns out it's not a log at all. It's a crocodile. This creature is famous for its ability to hide camouflaged in rivers and lakes. It's also known for its powerful tail and sharp teeth. Crocodiles and alligators both belong to a class of animals called reptiles. Reptiles are a special group of animals that are all the same in some ways. For instance, all reptiles are cold-blooded. That means they can't control their body temperature. For that reason, you might see a lizard or a snake basking in the sun. They do this to help warm their bodies up. When they get too hot, they look for a shady spot. During colder times of the year, lizards often burrow underground until warm weather comes again. Another common feature among reptiles is their skin type. They have dry skin, not slimy like you may have imagined. They also have scales. Scales are transparent or clear in color. The bright colors that many lizards and snakes have are found in the deeper layers of their skin. Scales are made of a hard substance called keratin. You have keratin too. It's just a part of your hair and fingernails instead of your skin. Many reptiles shed their skin. Snakes crawl out of their skin and sometimes even leave it behind all in one piece. Other reptiles shed little by little. Finally, reptiles all breathe air and hatch from eggs. The mother lays the eggs, usually on land. Some mother reptiles, like crocodiles, care for their babies. However, others, like sea turtles, leave their babies to hatch alone. From poisonous cobra snakes to 100-year-old tortoises, color-changing chameleons, and the Komodo dragon, there are lots of interesting reptiles to learn about. Which one do you want to study? Okay, guys, so then you're going to use this page, the reptiles page, to write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characteristics that all reptiles have, and then some examples of different kinds of reptiles. Okay, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow when we read our final 2 types of animals.